Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mosey. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? I'm not sure how I'm doing. I haven't even figured out what day of the week it is. I'm getting, it's like Wednesday or Thursday-ish, somewhere in there. It's not that important. It really isn't when I don't have any plans. So, what's going on with you guys? Let me guess, drinking, gambling, and carrying on? Isn't that what the whole world is doing, right? Shot in the dark. Afternoon Chat, a free show, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, exclusively on YouTube. The people in the chat determine what we talk about. The people in the chat are the actual guest stars of this show. I'm not sure I'm even really here. Who knows? What's on your mind today, people? You don't want me to drift off because I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly. I was watching ice in Minnesota all morning long. It is pathetic. Donald Trump is waging war upon the American people. He is trying to start an actual firefight. That's what he wants. That's the way it appears to me. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. He is forcing confrontation after confrontation. The aggressors are the ICE agents, and they are not doing anything but harassing any crowd that masses near them. They are advancing on those crowds, even though those crowds are peaceful, unarmed protesters. It's sick. It really is sick. I've been watching this whole thing unfold. I have not seen anyone resist ICE. I haven't seen anyone throwing punches at ICE. I have not seen anyone pull a gun or a knife or a club on ICE. ICE is heavily armed. Flashbang grenades, tear gas, which, by the way, is illegal in the United States. You're not allowed to tear gas people in the United States. That is a crime. In every one of these instances, I see ICE advancing on groups of innocent people. Completely innocent people. This is heinous. It is a matter of time. It is a matter of time. It is inevitable. Someone will pick up a gun and stop ICE in their tracks. And this is what Donald Trump is doing this for. He wants this confrontation. He wants ICE into an actual firefight so that he can excuse the aggressive behavior of ICE. They have no reason to have lethal weapons. They have no reason to be firing into these crowds of people. They have no reason to be killing Americans. They are not serving a warrant. Their actions are not approved of by a judge. They don't have a name of an individual that they're going after. They are forcing confrontations with protesters on purpose. This is premeditated ICE violence. Premeditated. They planned on doing this. What they're doing on the streets of the United States of America is obscene. Americans will not put up with this. It's going to get ugly. You don't think this is already ugly? It's going to get worse. The crowds will grow in size. ICE will continue with these tactics. What can we do about it as citizens? I'm asking. Jump in the chat if you've got an idea how we can stop this crap. Trump will not stop. He wants the confrontation. He is trying to instigate a civil war. That's the way it appears to me. I'm just one guy sitting on his couch, but it looks like Trump is trying to instigate a civil war. Jump in the chat, straighten me out, enlighten me. They are arresting people based on the color of their skin. Nothing more, nothing less. I honestly think he's doing this and he's pressuring, trying to come up with an excuse to not hold the midterm elections. If that's not the case, why isn't the midterm election number one in the news? We'll be voting 10 months from now. Think about it. This is heinous. Never before done in America. Even in the 60s, when the government was trying to instigate race riots. There's no different from their tactics are exactly the same. They wait until a crowd amasses. Then they attack. They are starting the confrontation. They are the aggressors. It's a matter of time. The major firefight is going to happen eventually. There are too many guns in America for it not to happen. I have not seen a single Latino pull a gun on them. I have not seen a single Latino take a shot at them. But yet they're firing into the crowds. I think this is horrible. And I think the media is playing right into it. Not the independent media, corporate media. Corporate media wants this to happen as well. It's front page news that will scare people. That's why they want it. Yeah. Clickbait. That's all this is. They are daring the confrontations. What is ICE's mission? Why are they walking down these residential streets? Why are they waiting until after dark to do it? After dark is when the people come out to protest. They're done working. ICE has no business advancing down the streets of America like this. This is bullshit. Trump is treating America like a third world country. He is stripping us of our dignity. And the sad part is, these are Americans that are wearing these ICE uniforms. They want to be the aggressor. These are the dregs of our society. These people don't have a conscience. They don't feel guilt. They don't feel remorse. They want to lash out. They think it's fun. They're the ones wearing the bulletproof vests. They're the ones in the tactical gear. The American citizens aren't. The people they're trying to round up and deport illegally, they're not. They're not raising arms against ICE. But if you keep pushing the American people will stand up and squash you like a bug. I don't care what color uniform you got on. You cannot do this on the streets of America. Americans will not put up with it. Mark my words, I'm telling you, this is going to end very bad. Very bad for America. And this is all Donald Trump's fault. Every bit of it. Donald Trump is the instigator. It just like he sicked the January 6th protesters onto the Capitol building. He instigated that. He's instigating this. He wants the major confrontation. He wants an actual firefight so that he can justify his actions. Congress won't stand up to him. Congress is failing to do their job. They're supposed to be the checks and balances, and they're not doing it. If all of the Republican congressmen stood up at one time and said, no, you can't send these troops down the American streets causing confrontations, then he wouldn't be able to do it. They're saying they're okay with it. Every one of these Republican politicians, as well as the Democrats that are not speaking out. 435 members of the House, 100 members of the Senate, 535 people that should be in the news every day telling Donald Trump, you can't do this. Stop. And they're not doing it. They are not doing their jobs. They are dropping the ball. I've seen maybe 3 or 4 congressmen and maybe 1 senator. $535 of them should be standing in front of the news station every day of the week saying this has got to stop. But they're not demanding it stop. Why? Because they are part of the problem. They are failing to do their job. We need to vote all incumbents out of office if we get to have an election. I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat. Vote them all out of office. No incumbents at all. They are failing to do the job. As long as they keep failing, we need to vote them out of office. These people are pathetic that are allowing this to happen. They hold public office. They have sworn an oath. And yet they drop the ball day after day after day. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them. Every U.S. senator should be speaking out about this every day. Every U.S. congressperson should be speaking out against this every day. They're okay with it. They're okay with it. Proof is their silence. That's your bona fide evidence, that their silence. I can get on and have a TV show for $13.99 a month. You're telling me that all these people with all these campaign funds can't get in front of a TV? Bullshit. This access is available to everyone. Their silence implicates them. They are taking part in this. Every member of the United States Senate, every member of the House of Representatives. Guilty. They are behind this. They support it. If not, they'd be speaking out against it, and you would know. And you'd say, oh, Ghost Mosley's full of shit. Nobody's in the chat telling me I'm full of shit, because you know it's true. All morning long, that's all I saw on my TV. ICE aggressively attacking Americans without just cause. They weren't defending themselves. They were the aggressors. They weren't returning fire. They were opening fire. They are killing people. It's pathetic. Minneapolis looks like Fallujah. It looks like a war zone because of ICE. If ICE were to leave, there would be nothing happening. The fires that are being set by ICE. Every confrontation is aggressively forced upon the American people by ICE. It's pathetic. And the Americans that are putting on these ICE uniforms and masking their face and going out and attacking their fellow citizens, they're all guilty. Every one of them. You know right from wrong. I know right from wrong. They know right from wrong. I'm sorry I'm the only one that's on TV telling you this. Well, I can't say I'm the only one. I'm one of the few. It's pathetic. Donald Trump is stripping America of our dignity. Donald Trump is trying to incite a civil war. Donald Trump is the instigator. And our system has no checks and balances because all of Congress, all of the Senate are complicit. That's my opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and straighten me out. Show me where I'm wrong. Show me one ICE agent that is under attack. Where? On what? I haven't seen that film. If it were there, if it were happening, it would be on TV. We would be seeing it happen. There's too many cameras in this country. This is all instigated by Donald Trump and his cronies. If these don't fit into the category of high crimes and misdemeanors, what does? Have you watched what's going on? Have you seen this? Are you turning a blind eye to it? I can't. These are not paid agitators. These are American citizens that don't want ICE walking through their neighborhoods, attacking people, kidnapping people. These people that ICE abducts are not getting their day in court. The United States laws dictate ICE can't make that decision. A judge must. A judge in a court of law must look each one of these people in the eye and say, no, we're sending you back to where you came from. We're deporting you. Without that judge, the action is not legal. It's illegal. Only the judge can order them out of the country, not ICE, not an ICE agent. They don't have the authority. Only a bona fide judge in a bona fide courtroom. They're the only ones that have the right to deport people, not Border Patrol. It must be a judge. Think about that. It's disgusting what they're doing. And they're not just deporting these people, they're sending them to prisons. They haven't broken any laws. You think it's a breaking the law to come here illegally? Most of the people they're arresting were brought here by their parents as children. 20 plus years ago. How are they responsible for their parents' crimes? Are you going to be held responsible for your parents' crimes? No. these American citizens that are operating in these ICE uniforms, they are equally at fault. They know right from wrong, and they're willing to do wrong in order to get a paycheck. And believe me, they're bribing the hell out of these people. They're paying them a $50,000 bonus. What job are you applying for in America that gives you a $50,000 hiring bonus? It's bribery. Plain and simple. He's created his own army because the American army will not follow illegal orders, but this ICE army will. It's pathetic. Donald Trump is a sick, sick man. He is the instigator for all of this. He's the one that's in control. He gives the orders. Go shoot Americans. Go make war with Americans. Force conflict with Americans. But it's not just that. It's force conflict with your fellow Americans. Attack your neighbor. This is bullshit, people. Plain and simple bullshit. If you guys don't get in the chat, I'm going to go on for 2 hours about this shit. That's how wrong it is. Never before in the history of America, and hopefully never again, but I'm telling you, he's trying to instigate a civil war. I can only tell you what I see from my perspective. One guy sitting on his end of his couch here. Feel free to educate me. Jump in the chat. That's why it's enabled. Voice your opinion. Or has Donald Trump scared you from voicing your opinion? He ain't scaring me. Fuck him. And that's the first time I've ever said that about a sitting president of the United States. He's dishonored his office. He's dishonored this country. He's a pig. I was alive in the 60s when that term came up. During the race riots that they were trying to instigate, that's the term we used for the oppressors. Pigs. Donald Trump is a pig for what he's doing. I see him. I saw him walk through the Ford factory and flip off an American that was on the job. Ford is at fault here. Let me tell the union reps at Ford. Ford is at fault here. They brought a hostile individual into the workplace. They made the workplace a hostile environment. It's the same thing if they had David Duke in the Ku Klux Klan in hoods and marched him through the factory. They'd get some results from that, wouldn't they? By design. This is Ford's fault. Make no mistake, if you bring someone hostile into the workplace, You've created a hostile work environment. You're at fault for that, not what the worker does. You brought that individual in there. I don't care if you're bringing in bad guys, you're going to get bad results. Stop bringing in the bad guys, and you will have peace and harmony in the workplace, just like you had the day before. This is on Ford. This is on Trump. He's the instigator. He's the troublemaker. Not that union worker. Union worker was in there doing his job. He did not invite anyone into the workplace, did he? Management did. That'll go to a court of law and the union will win. The employee will be reinstated with all back pay. Ford did this, and when they brought the instigator in, they caused the hostile environment, not the worker. This is pathetic. These corporations are selling out to this guy left and right because they're afraid of him and what they can do to their business. And now my TV is buffering. Pictures froze. Looks like Spectrum's cutting me off again today. Isn't that pleasant? Well, it reset. So I guess we're still going. Now, Spectrum Internet is unreliable at best. Personal opinion. I can say that because I pay him $100 a month. Okay. It's ridiculous what's going on in this country. It's horrible. And all of this, all of it, is a distraction from the Epstein files that still have not been released. It's pathetic. All of these people, all of Congress, at this point, should be considered to be pedophiles. Each and every one of them. If you're protecting the pedophile, you are the pedophile, as far as I'm concerned. If an armed robber comes into the grocery store and I refuse to testify, I refuse to identify him, I'm an accomplice. Am I not? Explain it to me. They are all accomplices. Every member of the House, every member of the Senate that is not speaking out every day, they're part of the problem. Our next president of the United States should take the 535 members of Congress and ship them to CCOT. Ship them out of the country and send them to prison. If it's legal to do without going in front of a judge, our next president can take the entire U.S. Senate, the entire House of Representatives, and ship them out of here. If it's legal, if you can do it to a guy with brown skin that just happens to be walking down the street in Minneapolis. If he doesn't get to see a judge, why should the congressman? Why should the senator? That's how pathetic this is getting. Our next president should take all of these ICE agents that want to make war and send them to Ukraine and put them on the front lines. You want to make war? Go to a real war zone, honey. Let's see how you do. Somebody's paying you to go on the streets of America and attack your fellow American citizens. Kiss my ass. How do you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you sit down with your family at night at dinner? You know right from wrong. These are adults we're talking about, not children. Children don't know right from wrong. They don't have the mental capacity to sort it out. But adults do. And these are adults that are putting on these ICE uniforms and going out and attacking their fellow Americans. And I want them all to be held accountable. If they want to make war so bad, send them to a real friggin' war. Get them off the streets of Minneapolis. Get them out of Minnesota. They don't belong there. They don't belong anywhere in America the way these guys are acting. Our next president should feel free to wield this power. They're giving the president the power. Our next president should feel free to take all of these ICE agents, all of these border control guys, and kick them out of the country without seeing a judge. If it's okay for this administration to do it, why isn't it going to be okay for the next administration to do it? It's called constructive notice. It stands up in a court of law. That's the way we've done it. Well, that's the president then. We'll keep doing it that way. I'm telling you. Our next president, during his first State of the Union address, just bring in your military and arrest both houses of Congress. Put them on a plane, ship them the hell out of here. They got no rights. If you and I don't have rights, why do they have rights? Oh, because they're rich? No. This is leading to civil war, people. I'm telling you. Americans will not allow the streets to be war zones. They will take part. And when they take part, they're not going to be walking down the middle of the road facing ICE head on. They're going to be shooting out of the shadows, honey. And ICE is going to drop. They're going to drop like rocks. The streets of Minnesota look like a Call of Duty video game. They are attempting to force confrontation day after day, night after night, without just cause. If you want to work on immigration, go get the worst of the worst. Send them in front of a judge and deport them legally. Follow the Constitution. Follow the laws of the land. But stop arresting babysitters. Stop arresting waiters. Stop arresting hotel maids. Stop arresting people working on a construction site. Leave those people alone. They've been here for years. They're not hurting anyone. They don't have an evil bone in their body. They are not all gang members. You're falling for the propaganda. They are not. They are functioning members of our society and one of the cogs in our economy. You think you're improving America by harassing all these immigrants? You're not. You're destroying America. You want to straighten out the problem, start by fixing the immigration laws. Not by combing the streets, picking up brown people. Your prejudice is your proof. Your own prejudice is your proof of how wrong you really are. I'm telling you, the 60s looked better than this. In the 60s, they were doing this. The police were lining up with riot shields and batons, and they were attacking. This is exactly what ICE is doing. Only they got guns, they got explosives, they got grenades. Give me a break. Donald Trump has stripped this country of all of its dignity. He's making us look like drunken wife beaters. As a country, he's making us look like drunken wife beaters. Think about that. Is that the reputation you want? It's not the reputation I want. I'm begging somebody, please jump in the chat, change the topic. Give me something else to talk about, because I'll go on for another hour and 20 minutes. It's that disgusting. It's that big of a problem. And these are American citizens that are doing this for a paycheck. When I worked in the casino industry, I know right from wrong. As I got promoted into the corporation, I told them, the higher up I get, the closer to the door I get, because you're engaging in some business practices that I refuse to do. I went to a meeting and they said, this guy's a bad employee. I want a paper trail on him. I want him out of here in 30 days. I walked out of that meeting, went and found that employee, and I fired him on the spot. And I told him, go get unemployment. File today. Management was playing these games so they wouldn't have to pay his unemployment. That's what the whole create a paper trail means. I know right from wrong. If you treat someone wrong, that's when they go home and they get a AR-15 and come back and shoot the place up. treat people with dignity and respect. If you got to fire that guy, fire him. Don't play games. When you start playing games with people's lives, it's your fault. Right now, Donald Trump is playing games. He thinks this is funny. He likes having his own Gestapo. He was a fan of Adolf Hitler. He likes having his own Gestapo. He wants to have a military at his beck and call that is willing to break the law every time he says to do it. He wants that. Allowing him to continue to lead this country is like letting your 2-year-old drive your car. You might get away with it for a while in an empty parking lot, but the second you get on a 2-lane road, what's going to happen? Exactly. You're going to crash and burn. You can't let the 2-year-old drive the car. You know right from wrong. This 2-year-old, this toddler, has got this country on a crash and burn course. Enough is enough. I cannot believe he's got American citizens picking up arms against other American citizens. This is why they control and manipulate people. They're doing it with your fears. He's telling these ICE agents all these brown people are bad. They're all criminals. They're not all criminals. You people are being brainwashed. If you're an ICE agent and you can hear this, resign. Quit that job. Find something else to do. This is horrible. And it's not going to improve on its own. The only ones that can fix the problems on planet Earth are the human beings, are the people. We're the only ones that can fix this. This problem will not fix itself. You want peace on earth? How about peace in America? This is horrible. These are horrible people. They know right from wrong, and yet they're still doing it. If you're an ICE agent and you're picking up a tear gas grenade and throwing it into a crowd that has done nothing, they did nothing but gather. We have a right to assembly in this country. We have a right to disagree in this country. These ICE agents are pathetic, and they need to find something useful to do with their time, because what they're doing is taking a wrecking ball to the streets of America. Excuse me. Yeah, I got a little fired up watching the news this morning. Okay. It's horrible. Feel free to disagree. Straighten me out. Maybe I'm watching the wrong show. Maybe there's a show where the ICE agents are actually under attack, but I haven't seen it. There's so many cameras. I got to believe if ICE was really under attack, the people that are defending these ICE agents would be plastering it all over the airwaves. We'd all see it 10 million times. It's not happening. ICE is not in a firefight yet, but they're trying to start one at the orders of Donald Trump. I don't understand how these people could do something like this. If you go into work today and your boss comes out and he says, here's a baseball bat, I want you to go out in the street and just start bashing people, would you do it? I mean, you're on the clock. You're still going to get your paycheck. Would you do it? I would not. I know right from wrong. Holy cow. I'm trying to put together a video of explaining politics in America in 2026. I'm trying to do that video so I can release it on Saturday. Trying to put it into a context that people can understand. The way it looks to me, Donald Trump is trying to destroy America. The tariffs make no sense. It's a tax, a hidden tax on the American people, detrimental to the economy. It is not a good thing. It is bad. Yet he keeps doing it. It's his go-to knee-jerk reaction whenever anybody says anything he doesn't like. I'll up the tariff on you. Horrible. What he's doing with immigration. Horrible, deplorable behavior. You want to get the gang members? You want to get the murderers? You want to get the rapists? Go ahead. Nobody's going to say a word. But when you're attacking the barber, he didn't do anything. Leave him alone. Unbelievable. Donald Trump is doing all of this on purpose. He's a very demented man. He looks up to Adolf Hitler. He likes having his own Gestapo. He wants to take control of our allies' countries. He doesn't want to attack our enemies. Doesn't want to attack our adversaries. He wants to attack our friends. Hello? When was the last time you attacked one of your friends? Never? Oh, me either. Unbelievable. I think he cut a deal with Putin. He's helping to destroy NATO so that both men can engage in a power grab. That's the way it appears to me. It started with the Helsinki hand job, I call it. He went to Helsinki in his first term and basically gave Putin a hand job. He stroked his ego, if nothing else. Now you got the disaster in Alaska, rolling out the red carpet for a sick dictator. Pathetic behavior. A slap in the face to our allies. You don't see any of our other allies rolling out the red carpet for Putin, do you? No, not Great Britain, not Canada, not Mexico. Think about that. He's destroying the American economy. He's destroying all our allies, our relationship with our allies. He's not helping Ukraine. He sent him a little bit of money, but that's for our own weapons industry. They give away our old weapons so that we can buy new weapons. That's all they've done to help Ukraine. You want to help Ukraine, give them 1 million drones a month for 6 consecutive months and sit back and watch them send Russia back to the Stone Age. They'll take out their power. They'll take out their water. They'll take out their trains. It wouldn't take 3 months in. Putin would be looking to end that war on a daily basis. 3 months in, the people of Russia would be willing to stand up and throw Putin out themselves. You want to help, you want to end that war? Give drones to Ukraine. 1 million drones a month for 6 consecutive months. And Zelensky will destroy Russia. He will send them back to the Stone Age. But that's not what the U.S. wants. The U.S. wants to give Ukraine to Putin because of Donald Trump. He's the only one. He cut a deal. He sold out the world. That's the way it appears to me. That's the way it looks. That's what I see. But I only use common sense when I make my judgments. Common sense. That's how I sort things out. Donald Trump is making war on America. He's trying to destroy our relationships with our allied countries. He's trying to destroy the streets of America. He wants a civil war. He wants an excuse so that he can stop all elections and remain in power forever. He does not want any checks and balances, and our elected officials are not standing up against him. They're kowtowing. They're dropping to their knees and saying, "Yes, master, you can have anything you want." And corporate media is in on it. They're a part of the problem. They have kowtowed to this man. Why didn't we know he was tearing down the East Wing before it was all torn down? Corporate media was on board. They enter into the White House in the East Wing on a daily basis. You're telling me they didn't notice? They had to say, "No, don't come in on the East Wing entrance anymore. You need to come around this side now." Wouldn't any reporter have asked why? "Oh, you've got a wrecking ball over there and you're tearing that wing down." Why didn't we know before it happened? Because the media was complicit. The media was told, "Don't mention this." Pathetic. They tore down the East Wing of the White House so that they could build Epstein's ballroom, a 90,000 square foot celebration of the pedophilia in America. The Epstein ballroom is what I call it. I know I'm never going to get an invite there. I know you're never going to get an invite there. But these pedophiles that Trump is protecting, they're all going to be in there. Every one of them. And they're going to be whining and dining on the taxpayers' expense. Champagne and caviar for all the pedophiles. Don't worry. The American taxpayer will pick up the bill. It's all pathetic. Donald Trump is trying to destroy America. You can defend him all you want. Jump in the chat. Tell me. Show me. Explain it to me. It's bullshit. Our next president is going to disband ICE. Our next president is going to clean house. All these yes men that Donald Trump has put into position are going to have to be booted out. Every last one of them. And the press, they're going to go out of business. They're going to fold up. No one can believe a word that comes out of their mouth. What you see as news now is not news. What they're telling you is news is nothing more than biased propaganda. This is the line we want you to believe. This is what we're going to tell you over and over and over again, like there's nothing else going on in the world. Donald Trump's foreign policy stinks. His domestic policy stinks. His trade policy stinks. It all stinks. I got a trash can in my kitchen. When it starts to stink, I haul it out of my house. I don't just move it to the back room. I take it out of the house, out of my home. When something stinks, it's got to go. That's all I'm saying. It's pathetic. And it's a plan. It's not haphazard chaos. It's by design. He's doing this on purpose. He cut a deal with Putin. Donald Trump sold out the free world. He sold us out for personal enrichment and power. That's all he cares about. He does not care about people. I would imagine 20 years from now, we'll find out he raped his own children. I gotta believe he's pro-pedophilia. He's been chasing after newer, fresher, younger girls his whole life. Think about that. They're looking at the economy numbers. They're trying to say, oh, look, this is good. This is good. He's cooked the books. You're not getting legitimate numbers. You want to think that it's doing good, but it's not. It's failing at every turn. His Bureau of Labor Statistics is not giving you legit numbers. And corporate media is sucking them up. They're saying, well, look at all these numbers. Look at all these fake numbers. He's making them up. They do not exist. He's a fraud. 34 felony counts of cooking the books, and he didn't have to go to jail. Why would he stop? He's just cooking the books on a larger scale, and the news media is letting him get away with it. I'm not a journalist. I am not educated. And I can see this plain as day. If I'm walking down the street with my kids and I see Donald Trump coming my way, we're crossing this street. I don't want my kids anywhere around this scumbag. Unbelievable. I just thank God. I just thank God that it's going as slow as it is. What I see happening next is I see Donald Trump picking up the pace. Minnesota was just another stepping stone to him. He's going to go after all of the blue states first, and then he'll do a cursory red state here or there. He wants to go into blue cities, cause chaos, and then leave. Leave it in a state of chaos. He wants the chaos factor. And a certain number of his followers are embellished by it. A certain number of his followers like it. They want the destruction of the US government. They blame all of their problems on the US government. So if it gets destroyed, they feel good. It's all sad. It's all very sad, very pathetic. His crimes are heinous. He's pushing the Constitution at every turn. He is not defending the Constitution. He is not helping America, not with one thing. He has never, ever represented the Democrats. Not in a single instant. He was elected to office to govern and represent all Americans, not just some, not just a small group, not just the rich and the elite. He's supposed to represent all Americans. Swing and a miss. He never even tried. I'll come out with the video on Saturday explaining the current state of politics in America, 2026. You're not going to like it. It's not a good picture. I was thinking I was actually thinking of making an AI movie. Portraying all of this. It's an attack on America. That's the way I see it. Personal opinion, one man from his perspective. I'm in Southwest Michigan. ICE isn't here yet. But it looks like they're coming. I'm not sure what kind of gun I'm going to buy. What kind of gun are you going to buy? You do plan to defend yourself, don't you? What's coming next is door-to-door searches, honey. It's just a matter of time. ICE will be kicking in every door in America, trying to hunt down brown people. And your silence, your complacency, that makes you a part of the problem. You have the freedom of speech and you have civil rights. But if you don't defend those when they're attacking other people, who's going to defend those when they're attacking you? That's the way your civil rights work. If you let them attack the brown people, pretty soon you're going to find out you're not white enough. History has proven it throughout the years. They're never going to stop with just making one race their enemy. They're going after the brown people now. Then they're going to go what? To the Muslims or against the gays or against the black? Against those pesky American Indians? Are you sure you're white enough to live in America? If you allow them to attack these other people and strip them of their civil rights, who's going to protect you when they come after you? Your civil rights exist because they've been defended in the past. If you stop defending civil rights, you won't have any. That's the way it works. This man, Donald Trump, worships Hitler. He wants to be America's Hitler. If you're not the right religion, if you're not rich enough, you're not going to get to stay. You're not going to have any rights. They're going to trample them and trample you in the process. Historically, look at what Hitler did. When you look at what Hitler did, now look at what Trump is doing to America. Do you see all the similarities? They're going to go after all the handicapped. They're going to go after all the gay. They're going to go after all the Muslims. They're going to go after all the races except white. And then you better hope you're white enough. I'm telling you, America is on a bad path. And the one that's leading the charge is Donald J. Trump. And all your members of the House, all your members of the Senate, all your members of the corporate media are all complicit. They're all aiding and abetting the criminal. Every time Fox News tells you the economy is great, America's in the golden age, they're a part of the problem. Used to be called Pravda back in the 60s. That's what they told us. That was the name of the Russian news agency that spewed nothing but propaganda. Nothing they said was true. That's what news is in America nowadays. It's Pravda. Nothing they tell you is real. They are trying to scare you and divvy you up into subgroups so that you never stand together with your fellow American. By design, that's the plan. Do something about it. Stand together with your fellow American and stop this crap from going on. This is not a good time for America. Donald Trump is taking a wrecking ball to our society, to our world as we have known it, because he sold us out. He cut a deal with Vladimir Putin. It's very, very dangerous time in America because of Donald Trump. When they start doing door-to-door searches, kicking in doors and harassing people, people will rise up. People will pull up a gun and defend themselves. But by then, it's going to be too late. You need to defend these brown people that are being attacked. You need to stop ICE now. If you don't stop them now, it's going to be Nazi Germany all over again. I'm going to conquer the world. It's sad that it's come to this. But this is what happens when you put a man without morals, without ethics, into a position of power. He surrounds himself with sycophants. People with less morals, less ethics than he has. Yes men. What do you think about Donald Trump's next meeting with Putin? When he's on his knees in front of the man, are you going to tell him he should spit or swallow? Because that's where he's at. Putin has got to be loving this. Xi Jinping's got to be loving this. Kim got to be loving this. All the United States enemies, all the enemies of NATO are loving all of this. And what's happening in the meantime? Donald Trump is doubling up his wealth. That's what he did. He's doubling up. That's all he cares about. His personal enrichment, his personal power. Doesn't care about you, doesn't care about me. He is a thin-skinned pedophile protector. He can't stand this. He can't stand anything. He can't stand anyone disagreeing with him. The people around him are afraid to tell him the truth. They're telling him his own lies, and he's eating it up. He wants his own Gestapo, and he's got it. It's called ICE. I'm a 68-year-old man, crippled. All I can do is tell you what I see from my perspective, my corner of the world. You got to make your own choices. You got to make your own judgments. You got to carve your own path in life. But I'm telling you, when you don't defend the civil rights of your fellow American, you've got no excuse when no one is helping to defend your civil rights. They're coming after you next. They want to take us back to the Dark Ages, a feudal society. There's the elite sitting in the castle. The rest of you get out and plow the field. Slave labor. I find it all just disgusting. And I'm sorry that I'm going off for 2 hours, but the people that are jumping in and out of the chat aren't changing the topic here. I'd love to talk about anything else. I'm an hour and 24 minutes into this stream, and all I've talked about is Trump, ICE, and the problems in America today. I'd much rather discuss Christmas cookie recipes. I'd much rather have a few laughs. Get somebody in the chat to crack a joke. I don't know what else to tell you. This is what was on my mind this morning. I saw all this crap going down, and I'm like, I can't not talk about it. I need you people to take this conversation in a different direction. I'm sorry I'm the only one that's telling you this. Well, I have seen a couple of people. Let me clarify that. Ben Meiselas. Have you seen him? He's willing to speak truth to power. How about the Enforcer channel? Matt and Andrew, the Enforcers, have a channel on YouTube. It's called The Enforcer. I highly recommend it. Couple of young men, nerves of steel. They're giving you the truth. They glean social media and they're bringing war and explaining what's going on. Talk to them. Get in their chat room. Talk to them about their ideas on America's foreign policy. Americans' foreign policy is bonkers. It makes no sense at all. They're attacking our allies and cozying up to our enemies. In our Congress, our senators and congresspeople are allowing them to do this on a daily basis. Congress used to have a say in foreign policy. They've advocated. They're not doing it. They're not speaking out against Trump at all. Everything they do is fine. And Marco Rubio, your Secretary of State, trust me when I tell you, he's coked up. It's party time for him. He doesn't have to negotiate with anyone. He's running around making friends with all the evil people in the world. He's buddying up to them. Evidently. He's not spending any time with our allies. When was the last time you saw that in America's foreign policy? Badmouth and ignore our allies, praise and worship our enemies. I know he's coked up. I've seen people on coke. I used to do coke. I saw him do an interview. He was coked up. He's sniffing. One of the signs. He's can't stand still. He's coked up. You remember a few years ago that Madison Hawthorne told us that they were having all these wild drug parties, orgies. I'm thinking he was telling the truth. Think about it. That's what was going on Epstein. He had to be offering drugs. He was selling women. The drugs had to be there too. I'm telling you, all of these guys are bad. They're all bad news. Every single congressman, every single senator, every single person in the White House. Corporate media, major corporations selling out. That means their CEOs were on that island as well. They're giving all their money to Trump, saying, don't give out my name. Don't tell America the truth about me. Protecting pedophiles is a sick, sick business, and it requires sick, sick people to do it. Release all the files, including the names of the victims. Release it all. Those prosecutors that didn't continue to prosecute after Epstein was killed, they're just as guilty of the cover-up. They dropped all those cases. They failed to prosecute. What happens if you are a prosecutor and you go in and you fail to do your job? Nothing, because you're rich, because you have power, because of your job title. If you and I go into work and we fail to do our job, what happens? Don't let the door hit you in the ass, right? We're out of there. It's pathetic. Democrats and Republicans were both on that island. These are some sick, sick people. Our society needs to discard them all. Don't re-elect any politician. Stop re-electing any politician. We need to clean house, wipe the slate clean, get a whole new batch of people in there, because these ones are not functioning. Look for my video on Saturday. I'll have it. It'll come out sometime on Saturday. Explaining politics in America in 2026. It's disgusting what these people are doing. It's disgusting what these people are not doing. Everything Donald Trump is doing right now is an impeachable offense. Cooking the books, impeachable offense. Attacking our allies, threatening our allies, impeachable offense. These are detrimental to America. Stop doing it. Sending ICE on the streets of America is against the politicians' best interest, and yet they're allowing it to happen because they've all been bought and paid for. They're protecting the pedophiles, and they're attacking the American people. They're protecting the pedophiles, and they're attacking our allies. They are protecting the pedophiles, and they are destroying our economy. There is no growth. Our economy is not growing. It is disintegrating before our very eyes. They're giving you fake numbers. I'm telling you, in 2025, The GDP, the gross domestic product, reduced. It went down. It did not grow. I don't care how much they lied to you. It went down. International tourism, down. Manufacturing in America, down. Farming in America, down. Unemployment in America, up. But they're lying to you about the numbers. They're not telling you the real numbers. They're fudging the books. This is what fraudulent people do. They cheat. They lie, they cheat, and they steal. This is what frauds do. It'll all come out eventually. If we have midterm elections, shortly after those, you're going to get the real numbers of what happened in 2025. And everyone's going to be aghast. I'm telling you, the GDP dropped between 10 and 15% in 2025. It went down. There was no growth, zero. It went negative. And it was all fake. Everything that they told us for the entire year was an illusion they created. They think if they tell that lie often enough, it becomes fact. It does not. Facts and figures do not lie. People lie. That's my opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat. Straighten me out. But I'm telling you, they're cooking the books. You don't realize, but I'm telling you, unemployment is up over 5%. I'm telling you, tourism is down 50%. It's all down. Those soybeans that our farmers grew in 2025, they're sitting in warehouses going bad. They never shipped them out to anybody. That's why they got to bail out the farmers. The farmers lost $44 billion in exports. But it's okay because Trump has given them $12 billion to bail them out. No, it's not going to bail them out. They're going out of business. Bankruptcies are sky high in America. All kinds of bankruptcies. This economy is not working. It is shrinking. And this money that Trump found sitting on a shelf from tariffs is money that he's taken from you and me. It went right out of our pockets, never to return. Trump wants to be Americans' version of Hitler. He's got his Gestapo. They're about to kick in your front door if you don't come up with some ideas of what you can do about it. I'm a poor 68-year-old man sitting on his couch. And I just spent an hour and 40 minutes trying to straighten you guys out, trying to educate you, trying to let you know this is not good for us. This is detrimental to the United States of America. All of it is detrimental by design. Donald Trump sold out the free world. He cut a deal with Putin in order to increase his wealth and increase his power. He does not plan on leaving office. I don't care how many times he lies to you. He does not. He's doing all this with ICE so that he can cause this civil war so that he does not have to hold midterm elections. That would sway the balance of power. If the Republicans lose control of the House and Senate, he will be impeached. He has no plans for any legislation. They're not looking for a future. They're not building for a future. They're destroying America. That's their vision of the future. The entire Project 2025 lie, they've already enacted 50% of it, and they're still going. Remember that lie? I had nothing to do with that. Yeah. Doesn't it just warm your heart? Or does it give you indigestion? Maybe that's the wrong kind of heartwarming. These people are despicable for what they're doing. Every one of those ICE agents should resign. You know right from wrong. I don't care that you're unemployed and this is the only job you can get. Find something else to do. They wanted the $50,000 bonus, and these are the only idiots that are hiring because unemployment is up over 5%. It's the same thing in the Gaza Strip. Why haven't they killed all of Hamas? Because Hamas is the only one hiring. There's no one else in Gaza is hiring. How are you going to feed your family? The only job you can get is with the bad guys. And it's created by design. On purpose. What's going on in Gaza is plain and simple ethnic cleansing. Millions of Palestinians no longer have a home. Not any home. If they didn't get killed, they got deported, moved. Get them out of here. They're not welcome here. It was a land grab, plain and simple. Donald Trump wants to develop the Gaza Strip. It'll make money. It'll be profitable. It'll give them someplace nice and sunny to go vacation. I guarantee you somewhere in the White House sits a plan for a Trump Tower on Gaza Strip. I can guarantee you that. All of this stuff is done by design. Donald Trump sold out the free world. And now he is attacking America. To distract and seize more power, to cause a civil war. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I can only give you what I see from my perspective. And I'm sharing it with you openly, and I'm telling you, none of this is good for America. None of it. Not the foreign policy, not the domestic policy, not the tariffs or the economy. This is a wrecking ball to the United States of America, a wrecking ball to NATO by design, on purpose. It's premeditated by Donald J. Trump. This is the 2026 version of Benedict Arnold. He stole those documents after his first term, and he sold those documents to foreign countries. He sold them. He used those to create the alliances with the bad guys. Donald Trump has sold out the free world. That's the way I see it. Somebody prove me wrong, please. It'll all come out eventually. If ICE gets into an actual firefight with American citizens, he will suspend the midterm elections. It will give him the excuse he needs. That appears to be the plan. It's my belief. If it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a damn duck. What appears to be real is real. They're cooking the books. They're lying to the American people, and corporate media is complicit. They are helping. They are none of them speaking truth to power. ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, ESPN, none of them are speaking truth to power. Ghost mostly is. They can all kiss my ass. I hate what they're doing to the world. I hate what they're doing to this country. I can see the writing on the wall. The writing on the wall tells me this is not good for America. This is not good for the planet Earth. These people are greedy and shameless. It's ridiculous to think that he's making America great again. No. He's destroying America from the top down. He's taking a wrecking ball to the U.S. Constitution. He's taking a wrecking ball to NATO countries and NATO itself. I saw last night watching The Enforcer, I saw they sent an aircraft carrier off the coast of Iran. It'll be there in 4 days. Watch what happens. I watched The Enforcer. I know what's going on. What's this? Flight Radar 24? They're bringing in bombs. They're bringing in planes. What do you think they're there for? They're not sightseeing. He's getting ready to attack Iran again. not in support of their civil war, in support of his own goals, distracting America from the Epstein files that have still not been released, in violation of the law, have not been released. These people are nothing more than petty criminals that have found their way to power. All of them. I am sure that all of Trump's cabinet is abusing their positions of power. They're wasting taxpayer money, flying around, partying, whining, and dining. They're just pissing our hard-earned money away. Like they got a never-ending supply. Oh, because they do have a never-ending supply. It's pathetic. It's dangerous. It is going to cost us all. None of it is good. Not a single bit of any of this is good. And all of Congress is on board with all of these activities. All of corporate media is on board with all of these activities. It's fine with them. It's okay. They don't care how many of us get killed. They don't care how many of us get our lives torn apart. They care about their paycheck. That's it. ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, all are taking part in this. You're not getting the news. You're not getting the truth. You're not getting real news. What you're getting is fed a line of bullshit. You're getting fed propaganda. They're brainwashing you. As soon as they kill somebody, what's the first thing they come up and do? That was a bad person, needed to be killed. Thank God ICE was there. I saw that woman. She did nothing wrong. They murdered her. When did that ICE agent draw his gun? Before she pulled away or after she started to pull away? When did that ICE agent decide to kill her? Before he pulled his gun or after he pulled his gun? That was murder. And I don't care how many politicians stand up and say, he was acting within the law. Bullshit. I said it yesterday and I'll say it again today. Convene a grand jury investigation. A grand jury can determine whether there was a crime committed or not. Anything less is criminal. It's a part of the cover-up. Convene a grand jury. Get to the bottom of this and try that goddamn ICE agent for murder. Premeditated murder, because I think he pulled his gun early. He knew. None of the other ICE agents had their guns out. None of the other ICE agents were filming with their phone at the same time. None of the other ICE agents walked around that woman's car before she was murdered. Only the one ICE agent did that. The murderer. But everybody that's taking part in the cover-up, they're complicit. If I'm riding in a car and we pull up to 7-Eleven and you get out and rob the place and come back and get in the car, do I get charged with a crime? I think so. I think that's the way it works. Think about that. If you're an ICE agent, I'll tell you one more time. Find a new line of work, God damn it. You're on the wrong side of this one. You know right from wrong. All right, nice 2 hours on ICE. I apologize, people. I do. I think I'm going to have to take another week off from watching the news just so I can have my peace of mind back. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate all my viewers. Like and subscribe if you could. It will help out the channel. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Afternoon chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. An inclusive channel. Everyone is welcome. The people in the chat are our guest stars. Most importantly, this is a free channel. No midstream ads, no commercials, no sponsors. I'm not running for political office. I'm not trying to become an online influencer. I'm too old for that shit. I am trying to meet people and talk to people. I hope you join me tomorrow at 3. We'll be back on. I'm Ghost Mostly. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the viewers. Please be safe. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your neighbors. Do not fall for ICE's trap. Do not start a firefight with them. Do not be violent. Please. Keep those protests peaceful, please. Our lives depend on it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be in a better mood. Bye.